Hello guys, I actually postponed some of my institute content which I'm clearing steadily because today on a Tuesday they decided to drop the claw machine event, one of the worst events in the game actually. This one right here. I've already finished drawing Carnage. It took me max draw, so look, these events are a scam. There's no way that you are getting the rarest reward on your first try. It doesn't work that way. The game is rigged that you will never be able to do that. So your best bet is really to save up for a max draw. Maybe you're one of those few who get it on the 9th or 8th out of the 10th try or something. But majority of the time you need to max draw in order for it to be guaranteed. So once you commit to drawing, you need to go all the way. You cannot stop. Okay, I'm just going to quickly run through this, the keepsake and why people are drawing it, because you need to understand why certain keepsakes are important. Why did I skip Chow Emperor keepsake, for example? Let's take a look at this one. Okay, so the Ultra Ultimate for Carnage is basically just a slight boost to his ultimate damage, but a massive increase to the amount of heal. It becomes 35% of his max health. Now the key to this is that the way Carnage works, his job is to soak damage and reflect it back at the enemy. Okay? Every bit of his health turns into damage. That's how he works. So if you pump his HP to like, oh, I'm almost at 1 mil already, basically what you're doing is that you're trying to get as much HP on him as possible, and 20% of that is reflected to the opponent. That is a huge amount of damage output. What this does is that there's going to be a meta in the coming 6 months where Carnage is going to be the last unit standing in every single PvP fight. And when he's the last unit standing, the only thing keeping him alive is his ultimate. If you are able to have the Keepsake ultimate and you end up in a 1v1 against someone else's Carnage, there is at least a chance that you can proc injury, which gives you a chance to win. But not if you don't have this proc. So this is basically the way that the Carnage meta would look like. That's why everyone who is from the Taiwan and Chinese servers recommends playing Carnage. Now, for me, I don't think he is a critical unit for an F2P player. Meaning to say, I don't think that he makes or breaks your lineup right now, because there are ways to counter him. But if you had a balanced playing field where everyone had the exact same units, he is the top unit as far as a tank goes, just because he actually deals damage as a tank. Okay? But I'm going to move on to the event. I won't talk too much about why Carnage is good or bad. That one you can refer to other people's videos or something. I might do one in future on why each unit is strong and each unit is not. Okay, let's move on to the claw event though. Okay, why the fuck is it chosen already? Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna run through my choices. Okay, so the claw event will ask you to select what items you want to draw. Okay, and I have a very specific selection that I've chosen, not because there's much options in the first place, but the other options are bad. Okay, so let me run through what I picked first. You can copy this exactly as it is if you don't know what to do. Okay, Saitama coins, both keepsake cards, master key, EXP, books, research papers, the pedestrian, money, 2 keepsake cards, both tickets, both drop buffs, Ascension, this is the Ascension ticket. This is not the parts ticket. Both Omni shards, and of course you will always want to take the Carnage keepsake. Okay. The thing is that you can pick there's a list that you can pick from. I don't know how to pull it up again because I've already finished the event. Actually I can grab again, but there's no point. But there are a few traps that people like to take. So first of all, the first trap is actually your institute resources, your cores and your crystals. Let me show you how many excess crystals I have. It's not just because I clear a lot of Institute, but you're going to end up in the same state because there's really no units to upgrade once you've hit 2 stars. At 2 stars, the cap and the thing that's going to be blocking you is SAC and the item you need to get it to the next stage. I don't even have enough SAC to upgrade even though I have my Dragon Badge here. Okay, so if you look at all my units, everything has reached 2 stars. And I train a much bigger team than a regular person. I train a lot more teams, right? So look at all my units. I have 2 stars on nearly everything. Okay, and the big problem is that even though I have these badges, I don't have the SAC to use it, and I have so many crystals left. Okay, if you draw the crystals now, you're going to end up in the same situation because there's just nothing to use these crystals and cores on. So for the event, okay, when they give you the option between cores and crystals, you want to go for the other options, the ones I've shown here. Okay, the other trap, or not really a trap but a choice that you can make, is between Ascend Supply Token and Part Supply Token. Very straightforward. Why I recommend Ascend Supply Token, okay, is because it is the thing that's gating majority of your usage in, what's it called? What I just showed you just now, exclusive gear, right? So you're going to end up in a situation where you have not enough SACs, you need more. Okay, I'll explain to you in a moment why I don't draw these. But you're going to end up with a situation where you don't have enough SACs even though you have everything else. And you always try to push for the resources that's gating you. Okay, so there are a few things that I found out eventually start to gate you. Okay, the first one, the biggest one, is your money. Anything in the game right now that offers you coins is most likely worth it, even though it seems like a small amount. I've seen pictures of people in Taiwan server right now who have 4 stacks of training notes. 4 times 9,999 training notes. Okay, what are training notes? Let me go and find. You see these things? These things give a lot of BP right now. I was actually buying out all of the books until this week, but I found out that in another 2 to 3 months, you are going to not have enough money to finish using your books. You also won't have enough halls. You won't have enough of the training halls to use your books on. Okay, let me show you where I am at right now, and you'll understand what I mean in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to go over to here. This is the training halls, right? So 100%, 85, almost done, 69, 55. And look at where I am. I'm at 82, 3 more levels to go, 2.5 levels to go, and I haven't unlocked the next training hall. Okay, this 55% over here is actually almost done. I'm almost at the next target. Okay, when you reach the next target, it's 200s. So once I max out this hall, this is going to unlock, and then what next? I'm almost done with everything. You're going to run out of trainings to do that give a huge amount of resource. In this case, it's the training target. It's still one of the best sources of BP, but it's not the thing. It's going to get gated eventually by money. What you want to do is you want money. Okay, there are a few things in the shop. Money. Okay, I have nothing to buy in arena because I don't train tank top, but money, epic vouchers, badge, R&D, Ascend Supply Tokens. Never buy Lightning Max, never buy Omni Chest, you have too many. Items, I used to keep buying this, now I'm stopping. You mainly want the medals. Okay. Club, you want to buy everything, 1, 2, 3. You can skip high tech skill book, 4 and 5. You can skip class A badge, and once you are, I am done with vaccine, man, so I don't buy this anymore. Okay, but otherwise every week I used to keep buying this. Jin, you want duelist, Esper, everything for now. Okay, I know that I said that you have too many crystal cores and crystal S, but actually the Jin Institute is one of the few things that you have nothing else to spend your coins on, right? Demon badge, who uses it, right? So you want to have crystal S and crystal cores from this as a source, especially for those of you who are F2P. Maybe you don't get as many crystals as me. This is still something you should be buying. You have too many coins anyway. duel, this is the page that is interesting. For those of you in the early game, do not buy the figurine base that's below this figurine. This is gold 1. Okay, it never goes above gold 1 as far as I know, even in the Chinese servers. But there is a point in the past where this would have been like a bronze 3. So what you want to do is wait until it upgrades to the gold 1, and then you can start buying gold 1s to fill in your house as much as you feel like doing. Okay, it's not a lot of stats, but it builds up over time. I used to spam buy all of these, max buy, but now that I've learned about the training node gate, I'm stopping. Okay, so what do you spend with your dual coins then? For me, I'm going to slowly invest into figurine bases, but what will happen is that you can eventually, the books here are going to change into another item. Okay, they're going to change to talent perfection drops, and that's when your dual coins will become useful, because you will be able to spend it on talent sigil boxes, and those are easy everyday buy, every week, sorry. Okay, gear section, the brief overview. At certain levels, certain tiers will unlock. I've not touched gears for a while because I'm really just waiting for orange gears, right? So I'm just saving up everything. There's not a rush to gear up after you hit purples. And pretty much that's it for what do you do. And I wanted to run this video a bit longer than I intended, because I wanted to talk about the way resources are gating the player right now. If you want a preview of what to choose inside the claw machine again, these are the items. Okay, for those of you who have not started investing in your Carnage, don't need to worry. This is not the only time that this event will show up. Okay, nevertheless, I would say that if you invest in Carnage right now, you may have a slight advantage in PvP for the next 4 to 5 months. Carnage is the only unit from the early game that you'll be using all the way through, even when the black ticket units come out. There are people in Taiwan and China who are still using Carnage 10 months into the game. That's how strong he is, as far as for PvP goes. So it's always safe to invest in Carnage. If you are a 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, whatever it is, just invest. Okay, mine is going to reach 5-star this week. I have a video planned for that. But ultimately, the decision is up to you what you want to play. As you can see, I have no hero tanks. I used to level Alloy, but the problem with Alloy is there are no shards. I got lucky with Carnage shards, so that's what I'm going for. Alloy is another late game tank unit, so you can try to invest in him if you want to. I don't really play tank top, but just to let you know, tank top's actually not a tank unit in late game. People play him as a DPS unit, strangely enough. So be that what it may, you can choose to invest in him if you want. I personally don't feel like he fulfills enough content right now to be useful. Okay, so that's all for today's video. Hopefully this is a useful video to help you decide what to do during this claw machine event. Just be careful if you're committing. Count your gems. I took about 9,000 plus 500 funds, I believe, which will be equivalent to 5,000 gems. So at least 15,000 gems. I did a max draw. Okay, if you don't have enough gems, don't press this button. It is not a chance thing. You will not get it in your 5th try, your 10th try. It will be at best on your 15th try. Okay? Alright, that's all. Thanks guys.